beautiful mother duckers, OpenDarkwing here. So we finally did it. We got it's February and we've got our first actual video on the channel, which is kind of exciting. Yeah, it's a flight sim video. I was thinking I was going to be doing Minecraft first, but kind of got back into flying again, so figured flight sim videos would be the way to go. Minecraft will be coming. I still have plans for it. It's taking me a little bit of time to kind of get into what I want to do for that and everything. But for now, we've got our first flight sim video on Wednesday. We have another one. The plan right now is on Wednesdays to release a flight sim video. So that will be good. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Update for me returning live streaming. I know last month I said that I was going to try to just finish taking January off, but February has turned into something kind of crazy. I think every weekend this month. Yeah, just close to almost every weekend this month I've got something going on. So I don't know, maybe next weekend I will try something. I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check next weekend, and the weekend after that is the weekend of my birthday, so I've got a whole bunch of festivity stuff planned for that. It is kind of a milestone birthday for me, so it's a little bit more than I would typically do. I think for Minecraft we are going to be doing the all-in-one modded Minecraft series. So it's a skyblock. It's kind of going back to my roots of when I learned modded Minecraft with a sky block. It's a newer version than when obviously I started with, but all of your modded blocks come from one block that you just mine over and over, and it kind of runs you through the different realms or worlds or whatever. And so that's going to be very interesting and very fun. I know you can go visit other places like the Nether or the B realm and other places like that, except that you have a time limit while you're there that has to then cool down from the time that you spent there. So that's going to be an interesting little twist and challenge for modded Minecraft. We're going to continue doing flight sim videos. Wednesday I've got a longitude one. It's before the most recent Microsoft Flight Simulator update, the AAU1 as they're calling it, the Airframe and Avionics Update 1. So it's going to be an older longitude from that one. The plan for the future of those is, I think what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some like simulating ferry flights. So my first video was a little bit longer with a lot more kind of uncut flight time. The one coming out on Wednesday is a little bit shorter. It still has a section of that uncut flight time, but I think I'm going to start doing some more commentary style where I kind of talk through what I'm doing a little bit. We'll kind of talk over some stuff. There will be my cut montages of either the plane flying or different landmarks and stuff. But the premise of the videos is going to be ferry flights. For those of you that don't know what a ferry flight is, a ferry flight, when someone buys an airplane or they need an airplane delivered somewhere and they don't have the time, or they don't want to do it themselves, they hire someone to transport the airplane from point A to point B and all the stops that required for that. So for the example that I'm taking is some of the planes I like to fly, we've figured out where their final assembly or whatever is, and our job will be taking that plane from its final assembly and transporting it across the world, across the country, wherever we want to take it to its owners. So I believe the first one I'm going to be flying is the Honda Jet from their airfield in South Carolina, and we're going to be flying it to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. So it's going to be a multi-hop flight up through Canada into Greenland, across the Atlantic, down through Europe, across Africa, or a little corner cut out of Africa into the United Arab Emirates. So it'll be a and each leg of that flight, that long flight, each of those legs, each stop will be a separate video kind of cut and pieced together. There'll be some explanations, some limited commentary. There will be shots of the plane, shots, kind of the way I've been trying to chop and cut these things together lately. So that's kind of exciting. And I'm kind of looking forward to that idea. I've got another one that I've written out all the stops for to take a Grand Caravan, which will be my first non-jet flight in a long time. But it'll be a caravan from Wichita, Kansas, where Cessna Beechcraft roll their planes out, down to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So it'll be a nice little southern jump flight. I don't remember how I wrote that down through, if we jumped through the Caribbean or if we went down through Mexico. I think I hopped the Caribbean on that one, which just to make it that much more beautiful, that much more entertaining. And so I've got other ones that I want to do as time moves on in the future and stuff. But that's what I want to try to do. I'm still going to play around with editing. I'm still going to play around with time, how long to make them, how short to make them. I have an idea of doing longer flights and having them uncut, and maybe I'll do something with Patreon with that. I don't know yet, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. If people tell me they want to see full uncut video, either from the pilot seat or from a passenger seat or wherever, let me know in the comments. I will either do something with Patreon or figure something else out. I don't know yet, but that's kind of what's been kind of going on there. And if everything goes right and the VA gets their paperwork together right, I should be going back to school in March at some point. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a visual communications certificate, and with a heavy emphasis on editing. So maybe we can start seeing some of those designs and those ideas rolling into this, which would be really awesome. Kind of get some actual, education to throw into this. Speaking of studying and hard work and the grind and everything, it's insanely important. It may seem like a weird thing, but studying and constantly studying is so important. There's a misconception that all you need to do is hard work and you'll accomplish something. Hard work is all you need. Hard work is all you need. Well, hard work studying is insanely important, but it does not guarantee success. However, success requires a little bit of luck sprinkled in. There's always a little luck somewhere here and there. But hard work and studying, while it does not guarantee success, it will put you in the best position available for when that luck shows up. I mean, successful people all over have started with a little bit of luck, and it takes the skills to take that luck and to make it into something else. I was watching a interview with the actor Bryan Cranston. He played Walter White in Breaking Bad. And before Breaking Bad, he had done a show called Malcolm in the Middle. He kind of played a plucky father figure in that show, and he was getting, the only roles that he was getting was for other father type figures, sitcom dads, because he was really good at it. Years prior, he had everyone had told him it would be a dumb idea for his career. He had done a single episode of The X-Files back in the 90s. And everyone was like, this is just a throwaway. This is just a one-off. You should be working towards something, not just doing these little filler roles. Well, the writer for that particular episode of The X-Files was someone named George Vincent Gillian Jr. And he remembered Bryan Cranston from that episode and contacted him and said, hey, I've got this show idea that I've been writing. It's called Breaking Bad, and I'd like you to read this part for Walter White. It wasn't the Malcolm in the Middle. It wasn't the sitcom. It was a little one-off that he was doing when he was a new actor, just trying to get his feet wet, studying his craft, taking whatever came his way, that gave him the opportunity to become Walter White in one of the best television shows in history. Luck is bound to happen. That is some luck. And it wasn't just, oh, he got lucky like winning the lottery. He got lucky in an opportunity that came up, and he took that opportunity and he ran with it because he was ready to, because he was working on his skill set. He was studying. He was doing his homework. He was working hard. He wasn't just letting anything go by. And years and years and years later, that little one-off, when he was just studying and wanted to do anything because it would help him sharpen his skill, turned into something amazing. So study your craft, work hard at what you do. You may not always get the success from that alone, but it will make you prepared to run with it when it knocks on the door. Anyway, until next week, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in again. Quack, quack, mother duckers.